As you see, the restaurant here is looking fire. What's up, guys? Let's talk some real estate prices. We're back in Tijuana beaches. Gonna be walking around, showcasing the neighborhood, showing you kind of what's going on. I'm about 1 block from the beach. We're gonna walk down to the beach, kind of talk about some of the costs involved in renting an apartment down here in Playas de Tijuana. I'm gonna try to throw you in a couple numbers here. I've actually never seen these buildings, so if you don't go down these side streets, guys, you don't really notice them. But we got a luxury condo rental down here. I got the phone number *52 664 111 9826. 664 111 9826 for these beautiful condos right here. Looks like they're 2 and 3 bedrooms. Looking pretty good. I would say guesstimate those are probably 8 to 1100. Again, a lot of the market down here is a little bit inflated, just like in the US. We've started seeing rental prices go down, even in San Diego. And I do anticipate rent prices to slightly tick down, even though we are going into what is called a buyer season into the spring and summer into Southern California and Mexico. You know, people tend to come out during the summertime to purchase homes. We usually see an uptick in velocity and transaction volume into the summer. But not likely are we going to see a lot of increase in prices, simply because a lot of these apartments down here in Playas de Tijuana and San Diego are they're not renting. And I've seen quite a few price drops locally here, and I expect to continue to see this simply because people are not trying to spend this ridiculous amount of money on rent. Okay, just had to roll up my windows there. Let's cruise down to the beach. Let's see what's going on at the beach on a Wednesday. Like I said, these are for rent as well. I believe these are 700 or 800 last I checked. It was about a year ago I checked on these. These are 2 bedrooms. They got little peekaboo ocean views. And you're right down here near the boardwalk down here in Tijuana beaches. Go show you the border wall here. It's a beautiful day down here at the beach too, guys. We're clocking in about 72 degrees. And it's just a great day. This is actually kind of the weather you want if you're actually trying to enjoy the beach. However, like I've told you guys previously, if I were going to go lay at the beach all day, I would probably drive south of here and make a full beach day with, you know, an area south of Rosarito. This beach down here is all right. But in terms of like lounging around and, you know, it doesn't really fit that profile of kind of what I would look for. I would look a little bit more, how do I say this? The beach vibes are here great for living in proximity, but in terms of actually being at the beach and being in that beach mode, like I like to do when I go to the ocean and the beach, I prefer something a little bit more laid back, a little bit more resort feel. Playas de Tijuana does not really have that. So just FYI, got a little convenience store here. It's like a little shop here. Come in and buy your snacks and stuff for the beach before you head down to the beach. I walk down here. Looks like they got some mangoes and chamoy. But there is some good beach vibes down here in terms of like the restaurants and stuff like that. You got people working right here. Looks like a New York style pizza. So this is kind of like the little restaurant area they have. They got a little crepe store as well right there. You guys are interested in crepes, get you a crepe. It's looking nice today, guys. Check it out. So yeah, the beach is looking really good today just because of the weather. A lot of people are out and about. A lot of the shops are open because we are moving into the summer here, and a lot of these shops right in front of the boardwalk are starting to open up shop for the summer. A lot of these are closed, especially during the week, during the winter time when we see kind of the colder season, but it has been starting to warm up out here. which in Southern California and Tijuana, near the beach, in the summertime, it really doesn't start getting warm till kind of about now. I mean, we have days where it gets up into the 80s or 90s, these random days, but typically, you know, we don't really see that in the winter time, right? It's in the 60s here. It's cold. It's not freezing, but it's not flip-flops and you know, beach weather. So looks like a lot of these places are opening up here. Open right here. So yeah, a lot of places that I typically see are not open are looking to start their summer run down here in Tijuana beaches. I'd say for a Wednesday, there's a lot of activity down here because of the weather. Check it out. We got the border wall right there. And then we have a lot of people just kind of hanging out at the beach. Nice surf today if you guys are into that kind of stuff. Getting some good waves coming in. Looks like people are absolutely maxing it out today, being the weather being, you know, in the low 70s. It's absolutely perfect here if you want to lay out and get some sun. So yeah, I mean, I'm also going to try to go down some of these side streets. Looks like this idiot's trying to give a dog beer. And the dog's kind of like, no, I'm good. What a fucking idiot. Anyways, yeah, let's go here. See, also, I want to show you this right here. So on the beach here, there are these little bathroom spots. Always make sure to carry pesos when you are coming down to the beach because you do have to pay to use the public restrooms if you are, you know, if you guys are hanging out at the beach and that need is there. But a lot of new construction going on down here in Playas de Tijuana. I've been kind of showcasing this over the last few months. They're redoing the whole Malecon. And as you can see, it's super nice. They are putting a lot of work into the infrastructure. I think this is kind of the stopping point. The construction seems to have stopped, but they are putting a lot of work down here. And like I said, it's almost like a Saturday down here. A lot of people are down near the beach, and doesn't really feel like a Wednesday. There's people out here selling stuff, little bracelets and such. A lot of people, guys, have been also commenting when I come down here, oh man, it looks so bad. There's all that graffiti and all that, you know, all those graffiti and things like that. I don't really mind the graffiti, to be honest, guys. I mean, even if I was living in this building, I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? You got something down here that is kind of not so aesthetically attractive, but at the same time, you know, above it, you got condos that are probably renting for, I would say, 900 to 1,000, depending on if they're a 1 or 2 bedroom. And they're right here on the water. I mean, as you can see, it's a beautiful view. And people are out celebrating. Now let's cruise up here. You got these little walkways that are kind of cool. But I mean, it just has like beach vibes. Kind of reminds me of like Venice in LA County, or like a Santa Monica feel. That's what I'm saying. If you guys aren't into this type of feel, you probably want to head south towards, obviously south of Rosarito, but you also want to head south to kind of like in between Ensenada and Rosarito. That's going to give you kind of the really resort style feel, the beautiful beaches without kind of the, I don't want to say riffraff, because there isn't a lot of riffraff down here. It's just kind of, this is local stuff, you know? This is like it's like, how could I compare it? I would say maybe like, let's compare it to somewhere in Florida. it's like going to South Beach, and then it's like going to Sunny Isles, right? Sunny Isles is going to be private, upscale. Miami South Beach is going to be more kind of run down, and you know, those are honest words I think you could throw out there to kind of see what we're talking about. So I think I'm going to cruise down the street and grab some fish tacos. I think that would be appropriate for today's weather. These properties right here are $850. They might be cheaper, but I have been inside these. They're $850, and they're really nice. They're brand new. You get underground parking. I don't see the rent signs up right this second, but they did have one of these units in here for rent for several months. I want to say it stayed for rent over 6 months. I caught a guy when he was moving out, and I was trying to relocate down here to Tijuana beaches, and I kind of walked in on him and said, hey, you know, how much are these places are renting for? Went in. It was actually a 2-bedroom, and he showed me his place. He said the owner would probably rent it to you for the same price. I think he said $850. You know, you're right down here near the beach. Like I said, you're kind of off the boardwalk. The sound drastically drops once you get off the Malecon. So just kind of keep in mind, you're not hearing the waves crash, but you also don't get all the, you know, the local noise that comes with being right there on the beach. So let's cruise back over here. And like in between these roads, you will notice that there is kind of like older spots, right? So for people that are not trying to spend upwards over 1,000 US, this is where you want to go. You want to find maybe older places, something like that. You know, if I had to guess, it's probably $500, maybe $600 for a 2-bedroom, a 1-bedroom. Again, the prices are negotiable. Just like anywhere down here, you know, in the US, a lot of times there's not a lot of room for negotiation. Down here, there's room for negotiation. Trust me. I've seen prices fluctuate just in the short time that I've been down here because I do follow the property market in San Diego as well as down here locally where my home base is. So I know the prices and how they change. Like I told you guys a couple times, the place that I was renting for $1,200 is still for rent. And I tried to get a property tour, but the owner has some realtor on there that doesn't seem to get the idea that I'm a YouTuber, even though I sent her my channel to try to get you guys in that property. But anyways, it's listed for $1,035 or $1,050 or something like that. And it's been on the market for damn near over a year. I mean, it's been on the market over almost a year. And you know, you really have to understand that the prices down here are very negotiable. Like, you know, something like this, you probably could pick up for, say, probably about 1,000, maybe 1,100 if it's a 3-bedroom. They go by bedrooms down here. So if you got more bedrooms, expect to pay a little bit more. But, yeah, I mean, these are going to run you about 1,100. But for people that were wondering about like the cheaper places, you gotta go in between the beach and look for these little apartments that are for rent, where you can find one between $500-$600, and that's where you're gonna find those deals for, you know, something for people that were looking for more of a budget friendly thing. But like I said, Playas de Tijuana is kind of a mix of people that want the proximity to the border, and then also want to have, you know, a beach lifestyle that comes with that proximity location. But like I said, if you're willing to travel a little bit farther into Mexico, in between Ensenada, in between Rosarito, is going to be your number one spot. I'm going to cruise here now. I'm going to go get me some fish tacos, guys. We'll catch you very soon. Yeah, things are popping down here, guys. I think people are starting to come down here from California. Usually this is dead during the week. And it looks like locals are coming out, as well as people from the Southern California area. That's going to be your border wall right there. The famous lighthouse right there as well. You got the stadium, the Coliseum right here. We're going to ride the border wall real quick. I gotta go pick up some dry cleaning real quick, and then I'm gonna head over and grab some fish tacos. I'll show you that. But it's a beautiful border wall right here. It's so much different than the US side, where it's just this, you know, it looks like a communist socialist wall. Down here, they paint it with various colors. They make it look very beautiful. And that's one thing I love about Mexico is it's more organic down here, even though, you know, I could throw a tennis ball and be in the United States on the other side. It's just a totally different feel. They treat things differently down here. But you got some apartments right here as well. This is a good place right here as well. I see a lot of people eat there. It's some type of organic restaurant where they actually have the farm behind the restaurant for some of the vegetables and the proteins and eggs and things like that. So it's kind of like a restaurant farm. It's kind of a famous place. I see people always out there when I used to run my dog down this road, and they would be kind of vlogging and things like that. These are gonna be some apartments too I've looked into, and I'll give you a price on these. These are pretty cool. I actually like these a lot. They're right here at the border wall. But I just like the location. I like how they look kind of modern. There's the rental number on there. I want to say these are a little pricier. These are in the $1,200 range, if I remember correctly. That's where my dermatologist is, right there. What do you pay for a dermatology appointment down here? I think people were asking about medical. I paid $80. I didn't have to get any kind of things removed or anything like that. So if you do, I think it's a little more. I think it's $50 to start removing like moles and things like that. I had a little spot on my face, so I went in there and got it checked out. And the consultation was $80. So all right, let's go grab my dry cleaning, and then I'll go grab a fish taco. Super lucky, my dry cleaning lady. The dry cleaners down here, they kind of take lunch breaks, or they might just not be there when you get there. So I kind of walked up right as she was leaving, picked up my dry cleaning. So the dry cleaners here, guys, is kind of cool. They actually don't have the dry cleaning machines and the service actually on location. What they do is they're kind of like holding facilities for your clothing. So they send the dry cleaning off somewhere to get cleaned, and they kind of just store it there for you to pick up, kind of like a little pop-up shop. So that's kind of how the dry cleaning works down here. Pretty affordable. I get my blazers and things dry cleaned for like $5 a piece. Pretty good pricing. Let's go cruise and get those fish. Like, I was not the only person with fish tacos on their mind today. This place is pretty packed, especially to be almost 3 in the afternoon. But I've landed at Morisco's Ensenada, which we're not in Ensenada. We're in Playas de Tijuana. It's kind of this outdoor breezeway taco bar type deal. They got shrimp tacos, fish tacos. They got like I like their grilled fish taco they do right here. Just a little setup there. So I'm gonna cruise in and get some food stuff. They got cocktails. I'm not a big fan of the cocktail with that tomato sauce, but I know a lot of people like it. Price is about $11-12 for those. They're a little more pricier than the fish tacos. You got soups, about $6-7. There's the taco list. Not bad, right? Like $2-3 a piece. One of the reasons I like living down here also is, for one, the proximity obviously to the border, but then also in the wintertime, I'm gonna step outside, it's a little loud. In the wintertime, it is mild, but in the summertime, I think that is one of the main reasons I like living here, because even in the summer, we don't get super hot days here near the coast. Now, if I were to drive 30 minutes inland, yeah, we would be, it would be incredibly hot. It would probably be in the 90s. 100 degrees, 100 plus degrees if you drive, you know, an hour inland. But here near the beach, you can sit outside in a, you know, you can sit outside in a restaurant like this that doesn't even have air conditioning. It's just an open floor plan, and you basically, you know, it's comfortable. It's mild. It's not a, it's not a hot climate. Southern California, Baja California, as long as you stay near the coast like this, you know, it's not going to be super hot. So that's kind of the one main reasons I like living here, especially come summertime. I don't want to have a lot of humidity. I don't want to have a lot of, you know, that hot, sweaty summer that most of the United States and most of Mexico endures. So that's kind of the benefit. It's one of the unique climates here. And, you know, it's probably one of my favorite parts about living here. Guys, the food has landed. Five of those tacos, absolutely. But I'm going to go into the city. We're going to be making another video today. I'm going to drop tomorrow. Make sure to check it out. I'm going to be going into Landmark Mall. I'm going to be showing you the upper, I guess the upper east side of Tijuana, and where I go shopping and probably grab some more food over there. So try to keep it light. Now, right next door here, I want to kind of showcase this. They got like a little chicken market. Don't go here. The chicken is the same chicken you get at Costco, literally the same brand. They have it here, but it's more expensive. So just wanted to showcase that. Now everything is cheaper in Mexico, especially at these little shops. So I think that'll wrap it up for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you very soon.